Welcome back to June Flicks, where I take the month to review I don't think I have the chops for any of this. So, you know, go and find your own ways with this. But what I wanted to really explain with that was that sometimes that dark humor can be used as a coping mechanism, and then sometimes it can be used as a way to less a grain of salt on all of that. But how do you at least are continuing watching this video? Now back to the original audio that's supposed to start. Back to the movie. Everyone is changing. Heather Duke has become more like Chandler. Yellow Heather became more self-destructive and actually tried to sleep pill herself of because of the issues that she's had with her self-confidence.
Somebody please think of the children!
It finally becomes that the issue of all this is JD and how determined that he is about high school life. And for the big act to happen, that JD is going to try to destroy the school, and Veronica comes and confronts him. And that would be by destroying the school and what it represents. But as Veronica kind of sees it as a runaway train with his mission, Veronica decides to play a game of hangman to stop JD, but he builds a new reason to actually do what he's going to do to the school. As she goes to put him down, she gets out, and it looks like things are going to happen into his plan. To look at what happened, actually gives a speech to Veronica about
is a school that self-destructed not because society didn't care, but because the school was society.
what would she have done if the school blew? What would have she done if she died? It gives her the realization to just be herself in a lot of ways. To stop being part of the cliques like the popular girls and just go on her own path going through school. I think one of the reasons why this was such a cult following later on is because, one, not being such as successful in the box office, but it's in the ways that it uses all the other ways that I don't think people would have looked into but not have understand. There's one interesting thing that you can see with, especially with color theory, which the movie shows in a lot of ways with the characters at their moments. Chandler having red, showing how much power that she has over the school. Green and yellow showing the other Heathers envious and timidness. And this can even be seen with JD with interacting with Veronica having more blue, and vice versa, with the blue being darker with her anytime that she comes around with JD and do these horrible acts. But you can also see in the way with how light her clothing does become once she gets her act together, or how, in the sense, is more innocent at those moments. Take how movies are made today with Committee, where they're trying to get everyone in line to make a profit, or a decent profit in a lot of ways, with a lot of movies, especially around this time, having $10 to $50 million budgets. This movie didn't have that at all. The movie feels dramatic. The movie, in a lot of sense, it feels like the point of view of what a teenager would feel in that world at that time. And I think it's the reason why truly this movie did have an impact. I would definitely say it's an understatement, especially for this movie. Movies like this are usually darlings to other movies that uses its quims to elevate other movies, like Mean Girls had with the tropes in high school with the mini ecosystem, and Jawbreakers. And it really shows how that ecosystem is really formed, with how factions interact with each other, especially with the monarchy of popular girls or plastics, jocks, nerds, outcasts, and even theater kids. It's really one of those movies that you can look back in a lens from a different, especially as a teenager, and even as an adult, to see that dog-eat-dog mentality with that big weight behind their back of teenage angst. How one can look at this movie as simply as a girl finding that her love interest is a psychopath and has to stay at school, but also someone can look at it as a fuse of what would have made 8 things unspeakable, but also have someone to create these bonds and overall have a different experience out of everyone in your own school life. Also, Heather's 2018 sucked. If this really got canceled for the reason that it got canceled, I'm going dog shit on that, because Degrassi did this in the 2000s and nobody batted an eye on this. It's Jarfy. I hope you enjoyed this June Flicks. I kind of didn't want to go anywhere crazy with going with a long version of a video. I don't know if this is going to be the first one or the second one, but I hope that you really enjoyed this movie and what I had to give my takes on it. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Give me a like if you liked it. Comment down below for whatever reasons. Give me that engagement. Dislike if you dislike it. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.